going on, everybody? It's me, Justin, aka Google Hunter, and I am back with pickups from GameStop. I know what you're saying. How could you find games at GameStop? Because they're the devil, 666. But no, really, honestly, for PSP or Wii games, if you have a local GameStop or multiple GameStops like I do, hit them up. They're dirt cheap, dirt cheap. You can find a lot of really great titles for under $5. And I've just been picking all that I possibly can, and I got a nice little stack, and we'll just go ahead and I'll show you some of the games that I picked up now. Alright, I just picked this game up. Wait, no, we're starting off on the wrong foot. Thanks, Teddy. Yes, brought to you by Crispin. It's the traditional English cider. Yes, it's very good, very dry. That's how I like it, bitter. So anyways, hold that, Teddy. Make sure it don't fall over. So I picked up a copy of Endless Ocean on the Wii. These are pretty much all going to be Wii, so I'll just get that out of the way. These are all Wii, with the exception of some PSP at the end. Endless Ocean, it is a scuba diving simulator. So it's a very open kind of, you're a scuba diver and you just explore the ocean bottom and find treasure. You can't really get eaten, so there's no kind of fear factor, I guess. Yeah, it looks very interesting. It was, I guess, produced by Nintendo. Yeah, it just looks fun. I don't know how many scuba simulators they have, but I decided I would pick this up in case I just need a moment of zen or some tranquility at the end of my day. That's where it's at. Copy of Ghost Squad, produced by Sega. And you'll see it's the AM2. They're kind of like the same company or division of, I think, that did Sega-related stuff in the arcades, like your Virtual Cop, Virtual Fighter, Daytona USA. A lot of the games, I think Confidential Mission, just any of the Sega-branded arcade games of like maybe the late 90s, early 2000s, and probably, I think this, I remember playing this in the arcade. So even some more, maybe more of the recent stuff, but definitely a fun light gun game. Look, you can even like unlock costumes and play as like a panda. It's just stupid arcade fun, and for, I think it's $2.50, I wasn't gonna pass it up. The Lost in the Shadow, it is produced by Hudson Soft. I believe this is one of their maybe last games. No, not last games, but they're no longer a company. I don't know if they've still been absolved or dissolved or sold some of their IPs, but Lost in the Shadow looked like an interesting game. You play as, guess what, a shadow, and you have to maneuver in the shadows. That's how you progress. You can't go in the light. I think that maybe affects you somehow, but I think for some reason someone has sent you into the shadow world and you must find your way out, but you're lost, so that's why it's Lost in the Shadow. I did not find this at a Goodwill, but I did find it at a thrift store, so I decided to throw it in because it is Wii. Kirby's Epic Yarn. Yes, I was excited to find this. I don't even know, I think I don't have this. I know I had bought it at one point, but I think I returned it because I never opened it. It's a fun, little, interesting Kirby game. The style of it is probably the most eye-catching. Everything looks kind of like it's yarn, kind of like in a cutout sort of way. But it didn't have the manual, as you can see. So I just went to GameStop, found one that did have a manual, and I took it. Ha! Now it's complete. This one is the one that was only 89 cents. And sadly, a lot of these, this is Knight's Journey into Dreams, Journey of Dreams. This one was like 89 cents, and for some reason, a lot of these games are either produced or are franchises from Sega. So apparently, Sega got shafted when it came to resale value, I guess, of their games, or whatever GameStop values Sega games for the Wii at, which is funny because they no longer are a hardware manufacturer and decided just to focus on software on a Nintendo platform, and it didn't work out so well for them. Excellent series. This is Super Swing Panga. Actually, I'm sorry, it's Super Swing Golf Season 2, But really, it's a sequel to Super Golf, or Super Pena, which I believe, again, was a golf game, kind of like Hot Shots. It's quirky, it's got some fun, like, you know, RPG elements to it. You can, you know, up your gear, it gives you better spin or ball control, and your caddy can be like a paper bag, or it's just weird, and you just battle against other insane characters. And this just happens to be the second one of the series. Again, it was like $2, and I didn't have it. Another copy of Ghost Squad. I have picked up a lot of these. I don't know why. I don't know why people haven't, because it's a good game. You should play it. If you own a Wii, you should own this game, so you can play as a panda. Mad Worlds, it's, I know, not a very well-received game. It is another game by Sega. It's not a bad game. It does get a little bit annoying with the announcer. He's that guy that was on Whose Line Is It Anyway, I believe, is one of the ones he was on. I can't remember what his name is, but he's a improv comedian. And it's just over-the-top violence, and it's funny, but it gets kind of repetitive after a while. But as far as a very violent game on the Wii, definitely Mad World. Yes, awesome series in the arcade, Gunblade New York and LA Machine Guns. This is a fabulous early rail light gun shooter. In the arcade, if you have or have ever played one, you know what I'm talking about. This gun was massive. You definitely needed two hands to operate it, and you were like flying around like you were in a helicopter, and you're shooting these robots, and it's just over the top, kind of like Virtual Cop, but a lot quicker. Budget shooter, or shmup, or cute 'em up, I don't know. Ocean Commander. I know Retro Rewinder just picked this up at a pawn shop. I found mine at GameStop. It was $2.50. It's a budget shoot 'em up. You pretty much play as a whale submarine, and apparently if you are over the age of 8, you can pretty much just walk right through it. But hey, not too many, well, I don't know how many shmups there are on the Wii. Does anyone know? Comment below. But yeah, if I could find a really cheap shmup, I'll pick it up, because you never know. I don't know, maybe if I have like a little kid over and he wants to play shmup and I don't want him to play, I don't know, Ikaruga, or I don't know, Blazing Lasers. It's called Kid Adventures Sky Captain. I was hoping it would be something like Captain Sky Kid for the Nintendo, but it's not. Or developed by Sunsoft. I think, no, produced by Sunsoft, but made by Data East. I don't know. Yes, Kid Adventure Sky Captain. I've seen the review. I have not played it, but it does actually look pretty fun. It looks actually pretty good. And for, I think I paid, again, less than $4 for it. Yeah, I'll give it a shot. It can't be that bad. Can't be any worse than Top Gun. This one I've heard a lot of talk about, and I don't know. The concept just seems completely just insane and wrong, but right. Onichibara Bikini Zombie Slayers. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it. Onichanbara Bikini Zombie Slayers. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm not Japanese, nor do I claim to be able to speak it. But yes, you play as scantily clad schoolgirls, or one of them is a schoolgirl, the other one is some part of a cowboy in a cowboy hat wearing a G-string with a samurai sword killing zombies. I would have loved to have been at the board meeting or at the brainstorming session to come up with this. It's published by D3 Publisher. They've done a couple of games like Jeanne d'Arc. They've done, I think, some of the Puzzle Quest games. But yeah, for, again, I think it was like $1 or something. And it was funny because he had to ask if you do know this is a mature rating, so I need to see your ID. And again, for a game that probably should not have been on the Wii, yes, I'll pick that up. Onichanbara. Excitebots. Trick Racing. This looks like you can play as cars that transform into like animals or beetles or stuff. Apparently it must have come with a wheel, because this one says not for resale. So this must have come with a racing wheel. Probably, I think it's produced by Nintendo. I thought it would be something like Excite Bike, but it's not. It's Excite Bots, so I'm guessing it's not very similar. It could not be any similar to Excite Bike. Ghost Squad. One of these I did pick up at a pawn shop. This might have been it. Who knows? But I picked it up, I think, for like $3. Again, I'm going to pick it up because it's a light gun game. If you don't own it, you are doing yourself a dishonest disservice. Another one I picked up at the pawn shop, but just threw it in because it's the Wii game, which I didn't even know they had, is an Agatha Christie game. And Then There Were None. Play the world's best-selling mystery of all time. Apparently, it's a very popular Agatha Christie book, or maybe it was a movie, or maybe it was a movie made into a book, or a book made into a movie, but who cares? It's Agatha Christie. Hey, guess what? Ghost Squad. Yes, another copy of Ghost Squad. That's 4. On top of the others I already own. Trauma Center, Second Opinion. I've played this. It's fun. It gets a little crazy and a little frustrating. They had also Trauma Center Second Opinion. And I think they had another one. I don't believe it was on the Wii. It might have been on like the DS. But Trauma Center, it's fun. It's another Atlas, one of those. You play as a doctor and you have to operate. So it uses the motion controls, and you have to like pick bone out and use antiseptic. It's fun. It's frantic. If you're into that type of thing, Trauma Center. It's your swag. I think I already have this, but I, again, was going to pick it up because it's the special edition of The Conduit, which actually is a pretty fun game. It's a first-person shooter. It had multiplayer. It was kind of like a weird story about how like Abraham Lincoln and George Washington are like actually aliens or some weird shit. But it was fun. If you like, I don't know, games like Perfect Dark mixed with Halo, that'd be right up your alley. The Conduit, and it came with, it's called a special edition or limited edition because it came with a concept art book. And I think I have just the regular one, so now I have this one for what it's worth. Sengoku Basara! Samurai Heroes. I only picked this up because it was a Capcom game on the Wii, which I know there aren't very many of. At least I don't believe there are. I don't know if it's like a Dynasty Warriors type game or if it's a God of War clone. It looks pretty fun. It looks pretty good. And with a game like Sengoku Basara, Samurai Heroes, how can you go wrong? Baroque! I was Baroque after I bought all these games. No, it's another game by Atlas for the Wii. This one was like $4, and it was, ironically, it's still complete. All these games are complete, and I usually will not pick up a game if it's not complete. I know nothing about this. Going off of what they wanted to sell it for, that obviously wasn't a very good game, or it didn't sell very much, but it does look pretty twisted. It is an Atlas game, so I'm knowing it's twisted, and on the Wii, but it's only for teens. Castle of Shikigami 3, aka this is one of those games like Mobile Light Force for the PlayStation, the original, and then they had Mobile Light Force 2, which is the one with the Charlie's Angels cover, and it's a shmup. This one I think I actually paid about $8 for, but because it was complete, I don't think I do have it. And just to find this of all the games that were there that didn't have any case or manual to their name, it's a pretty good find. So I like me shmups. They are hard, but a lot of things are hard. I picked this up on the title alone. It is AMBL, or Alien Monster Bowling League. Yes, Alien Monster Bowling League. I love bowling games, and when I saw like some of the characters, I don't know if it'll focus on some of that, but I mean, just look at that. That looks friggin' amazing. You can play like as a Sasquatch or a giant brain. Yeah, fun. I'm hoping it's like you have to go to their world and beat them in a game of bowling, because that would be friggin' hilarious. Like, oh, we're gonna blow your planet up if You don't defeat me in a game of bowling. Set. Print it. Geometry Wars Galaxies. This is that game that came out. It was like, I don't think it was Kickstarter, but it was like an indie game. Some kid in like high school with like his teacher or some shit. And they like developed this game, and it was just like using just simple geometric shapes. You know, kind of like old asteroids and stuff like that, using vector graphics. But it just looks like a fun arcadey shooter. And I think for $3, you know, complete on the Wii. Again, one of those fun, it's arcadey, I'll pop it in, I'll probably play it for all of 15-20 minutes, get bored, throw something else in. Geometry Wars. Last Wii game. For a whopping, I think it was 89 cents, another Sega game. Sadly, a lot of these games, I tell you, they were just going for dirt cheap. Samba de Amigo, or Samba de Amigo. Sega. This one is, again, just a rhythm game. I don't know if it's a remake or a rehash of the Dreamcast. Samba de Amigo. It'd be cool if I had the maracas, but I don't think they ever came out with maracas for the Wii. They probably did in Japan, but definitely not in the United States. But it looks like a fun rhythm game. Again, I'll pick it up, 89 cents.
Well, I hope you liked that video. If you liked it, well, why don't you hit the like button? If you didn't like it, well, hit that thumbs down button, and I'll probably just ban you from my channel forever. But no, seriously, comments, always appreciated, positive or negative. Go ahead, there's a link to my Shin Shinobi Den on the Sega Saturn review. Well, not really a review, more of a Let's Play. I played it for about an hour and a half. But yeah, it was fun, and you should watch it. No, I really wouldn't imagine anyone who would probably sit through 50 plus minutes of me horribly playing a game. But hey, if you're into that type of thing, then why don't you go and check it out. I'll make sure to have part 2 up shortly, as well as a slew of videos that I have been severely putting off. I got a pickups from MagFest, which was like in January, so that's just how far I'm backlogged. But I'm trying to steamroll things, people. This is Goodwill Hunter saying be classy and get the fuck out.